Defensiveness and the need to control everything around you will always stem from low self-esteem, from the inability to live instead of merely surviving, from the lack of confidence to bounce back up from something that isn't necessarily going to go your way, but you can't change the past, nor can you successfully predict the future, which means that you will never be in control as much as you think you are. And the only thing that you can actually control is the way that you react, the way that you behave in the present moment, and your energy. Your energy is the only thing that you can control, because that is going to set off the way that you think, and that is going to set off the way that you feel, and that is going to set off the way that you behave and the way that you act to potentially create a better future for yourself, a better present for yourself based on how you feel. But this sense of defensiveness is not doing you any favors. It's only causing you to do things from a place of spite, from a place of anger, from a place of needing to defend yourself rather than actually fighting for the things that you want. You are wasting too much energy trying to protect yourself instead of simply living. It's the idea of filling up a cup, or cleaning out a cup, I should say, with either by trying to dump out all of the dirt, or by simply putting fresh water in to let the dirt come out. That is the better way to do things in terms of emotions. You have to allow better emotions into your life instead of merely trying to dump out emotions, dump out the sense of negativity, dump out this defensiveness, when you should be merely living your life for yourself, being assertive, and following through with the things that actually give you a sense of pleasure. So please note that this defensiveness that you are feeling and this isolation that you are going through is stemming from lack of confidence, from the inability to fight for the things that you truly believe in. With the Hermit card falling out, yes, this does imply a sense of introspection, but I think in your case it's going to imply a sense of isolation. It's better for you to coast than it is to live your life fully, because that is easier. That is where you're going to survive. That is where you have familiarity. That is where you know that everything is going to be in control, where you are going to do things exactly the way that you want them to go. A sense of perfectionism, again, stemming from a lack of confidence to be able to bounce back from whatever it is that might potentially hurt you. And this also portrays a lack of proper boundaries, that you have boundaries set up that are merely walls. But boundaries aren't going to be healthy unless you have a door in them, unless you have the ability to allow things into your life, be they good or bad, because without the bad, there would be no good. There's too much isolation happening here. You feel like you need to be defensive. You feel like you can't take criticism because you think that criticism means rejection, that criticism means that you are not good enough, that you are not worthy enough, that you do not have value. But that is not the case. Just because you make a mistake, quote unquote, a mistake, because that is merely an experience and not something that actually defines you, doesn't mean that you're less of the person that you were meant to be, that you are less of the person that you want to be. But the only way to actually advance forward and to become this person and to consistently be this person and to change the wiring of your brain to become this person by default, you need to take risks. You need to be assertive instead of defensive. You need to allow people into your life instead of constantly being isolated. Also, 9 is an associating number for me for some reason. End of cycles. Being right at the edge of changing your life but not being able to do it, not being able to take that risk because you are too scared, because you're afraid of the consequences, you're afraid of rejection, you're afraid of what if it doesn't work out, and not having the confidence to push forward. Empress card is falling out. Putting yourself on a pedestal and not letting anybody else knock you down because you know you're going to be successful regardless. Empress card directly implies confidence because of creativity, because of the sense of fertility in a creative realm, that just because one thing didn't work out doesn't mean something else isn't going to grow out of it, isn't going to harvest. When one door closes, 10 more doors open for you, but you need to allow yourself to think that on default, that just because one thing didn't work out does not make you a failure. It actually makes you more successful because you tried, and now you don't have to waste time thinking about that opportunity because you know it's not going to work out for you because you've already tried it. We have to work on your confidence, babe. We have to work on you being able to bounce back from whatever it is that is going to potentially harm you, because the more that you overthink it, the more that you stress out about something that hasn't happened yet, and the less that you are living, the more that you are surviving, the more that you are trying to control. And again, that is always going to stem back to low self-esteem. You have to learn to put yourself on a pedestal. You have to learn that you are worthy just by being you, that there is nothing more that you need to do but simply be here, simply live your life to the fullest, with no harm to yourself or others. Love yourself fully. Do the things that keep you curious, that keep you excited, that keep your creative juices flowing, whether that mean walking away from whatever situation that you are in right now, or finally taking the risks that you're so afraid of taking because you're afraid that they're not going to work out, that you feel like you constantly have to be defensive in the present moment instead of simply knocking down that tower and starting over because it might be time. Instead of isolating yourself, instead of keeping yourself in the sense of depression and the sense of introspection. Yes, but if you're not putting the wisdom that you are learning through the introspective process into fruition, then you're not actually doing anything with the information that you're gaining. Yes, you could be learning. Yes, you could be reading plenty, but at the same time, you're not actually using any of the things that you were teaching yourself. And it's time to do that. It's genuinely time to take those risks. Stop being so defensive and start being more assertive, because the way that you are living your life in complacency just proves to you more and more that you are lacking self-esteem, that you are lacking the confidence that you need to keep going. But that's not going to come from anything that happens in your 3D. That is only forever going to come from within. That is a matter of mindset. That is a matter of perspective. Why do you think that people who are less talented than you, that are less smart than you, are achieving more than you are? Merely because they have the audacity to be assertive instead of being defensive. They have the confidence to bounce back from whatever it is that isn't going to work out for them, because they know that when one door closes, 10 more open. Chariot card falling out. As soon as you put up the momentum, as soon as you start moving forward, more things are going to fall into place. The Chariot card implies lack of obstacles. The Chariot card implies, again, momentum, speed, things working out in your favor. As soon as you start pushing forward, as soon as you start, being sort of aggressive, in this case with the puppies, with the really angry puppies falling out here, you are going to achieve so much more, because nothing is going to be able to stop you. You have fire, you have flames, you have passion, you have curiosity, and you have excitement on your side. Stop wasting your energy defending yourself in the present moment, whether it be because of a job, because of a relationship, because of the state of the world. Stop fighting against it. Stop wasting your energy trying to put up boundaries against it, and start actually fighting against it with whatever it means to you. Stop merely surviving and wasting your energy putting up defenses that aren't actually helping you. They're keeping you away from your highest potential, from this highest level of excitement. Because if you build walls that guard up against everything, you are never going to experience happiness either. You're never going to be open to experiencing that happiness. Start focusing on your confidence. Start working on your self-esteem, whether that be through affirmations, through journaling, because you have to rewire your brain. Neuroplasticity directly implies that if you're constantly angry at yourself, if you constantly tell yourself that you're not good enough, that is your default thinking, and every single action and feeling that takes place in your mind and your heart is going to prove to you that that is the case. But if you start telling yourself that you are good enough, that you are worthy, that you are valuable, that you are beautiful, that you are kind, that you are smart, your brain is going to try to find evidence to prove to you that that is true, and therefore your actions are going to start aligning with it. But you have to feel those emotions fully. You have to feel like you are good enough. So cling to a little teeny tiny success that you've had recently, and allow yourself to feel that fully, whether it be in meditation, whether it be in anything that you do in life. Know that if you have been successful before, you are going to be more than successful in the future, in the coming days, in the coming seconds. You do not have to be the same person that you were 5 minutes ago. Allow yourself to feel that sense of confidence, because that starts from you. It doesn't start from what has happened in the past. It's not going to start with whatever is going to happen in the future. It starts in the present moment with your energy, the only thing that you can actually change. With your energy, with the way that you speak about yourself, with the way that you think about yourself, with the way that you feel. Happiness is habitual, and it starts from within. Start feeling happy about who you are, because this is the only person that you're going to be for this lifetime. And this is the most important relationship and the most important person that you have to cherish, yourself. Start doing that fully. Stop being so defensive, stop isolating yourself, and use everything that you have learned in practice, and start living your life fully instead of merely surviving. You got this.